You're welcome back. The program is still new, Donald Tojo, the People's Daily, UHF 25. And now this is the discussion segment, where we'll be discussing practical issues that concerns us as people and as Nigerians, And now we will be discussing this morning issues that concerns SMEs. Now, who are the SMEs? Short form, an acronym for short, small and medium scale enterprises. And the impact of the SMEs to the nation cannot be overemphasized, as they bring about employment, development, growth, expansion of a nation. Discussing this issue with us on growing and sustaining SMEs this morning is Solomon Enilolubo. Solomon is the Financial Secretary of Abel Sima, short form for Abeokuta Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture. You're welcome to the studio, Mr. Solomon.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome, sir. Let me begin now. Our viewers would like to know more about the SMEs, so I'd like you to help give a general overview on what are the SMEs in terms of impact and size.
Well, like we know already, SMEs are small businesses. They are medium-scale businesses as well. The standard definition is any business that employs less than 300 people is an SME, or any business that does annual turnover less than 100 million naira is an SME. So it's about your turnover, it's about your staff strength. So if you can do those two things, that means you're small businesses, and they are quite important. 90% of businesses in this country are small businesses. The remaining 10% employ more than 300, and you find them in the banks, in the big industries, and in the telecoms and all of that. But if you look at Abeokuta generally, you will see that majority of the businesses you have around there employs less than 300 people. Look at Abeokuta and look at how many companies has more than 300. Maybe I know of one or two that has more than 300, and they're in telecoms. So that's exactly what small businesses means. And so you find out that it is small businesses that employs larger number of people. And so it is small businesses that can help the government reduce the unemployment rate. So it is small businesses that helps the government get taxes. So I mean, which other company will they tax in Abeokuta if not the small businesses? So they help you get taxes, they help you, they help you reduce unemployment rate. The other thing small businesses help you to do is in terms of export. And so you find out that many products that we produce, I know of a soap company here in Abeokuta that exports to other West African states, and there are about 50 people working in the company. So it increases your exports, it helps you in reducing the unemployment rate, it helps you to generate taxes. So and every developed economy has a good chunk of small businesses. In fact, they are the major backbone of any strong economy all over the world. So they shouldn't be told with, they shouldn't be replayed with, really.
Okay, I'll still stay on you before you to Lara. Now, from your explanation, I think it's an irony how a small business can serve as a backbone for a country. Now, irrespective of their size, how is it that though small but has mighty impact on the nation?
Yes, because though they are small individually, but once you consider their number, they are many. And so you're having about maybe 15 million businesses that are small business.
Oh, okay.
And so there are so many, and they are needed really, because they provide economic base for every family. And so if you look at the Asian economy, and if you go to the UK, you find almost every street off license is run by an Indian or a Pakistani. And so those are small businesses, they are family business. And you go back to India, you go to China, you see these companies are family businesses. So which means this is my family business. This generation will go, another generation will take over from it. And so it provides support, it provides economic base for each and every family. So my family is producing soap, your family is producing juice, another family is producing that, and once these companies begin to grow, they can turn into a big size company as well, But most of it, when you have continuity, when you have research and development, when you have venture capitalists investing in the business, when you have a lot of people investing in it as well, when they go on PLC and they get quoted on the stock exchange, then become very big businesses. But this is the basic where people think, okay, I want to be an entrepreneur, and so what can I do as an individual? Then you think about it, then you start doing. Then you start making money. Then you employ people as well. You employ, okay, let's look at our fashion designers and our fashion houses. There are no more tailors and
I think
so you see them employing. Go to Okelewu, you see so many of them employing 15, 20 people, and they are producing good jacket for us, and there are many like that. They pay taxes, they reduce the unemployment rate. So though you see them as small, 15-year, 20-year, but they are many, and collectively they have a huge impact.
Wow. I think I'll come back to you later on that, because just as it said, small scale, but we are going on a larger scale because we like to expand. We don't want to have this discussion or just be said by one person. We have another guest joining us on the studio, and we will be back. Stay with us. Oh, welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. And we are still on the topic growing and sustaining small and medium scale enterprises. And we have another guest with us in the studio discussing this topic, helping us break down the impact, how to grow SME and how to sustain it for as long as you want the business to be. We have in the studio with us Dr. Mukaila Ademuyiwa. Dr. Mukaila is an economist and lecturer at Mapoli. You're welcome to the studio, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Doctor, sir, I think you overemphasized on profit, and I had to put down that should profit be the primary focus of starting a small-scale business?
Well, normally, the main objective of any businessman is to make profit. After that profit, then you now think of how to expand. First thing is profit. You are not a non-profit making organization. The purpose of going to business is to make business profit.
Yeah.
When you are getting the business now, profit now, it is then that you now think of how will you increase the profit. And when the profit is increasing, the business is expanding.
Okay, but I've heard of situations where meeting the need of a community usually spurs one into a business idea to start up or something.
That one is not, that would be political, not businessman. Let me just give you an example. When MK Abiola was alive, he made mention of one thing. He said he was about to contest for a post of the presidency, and the Egba people stood up and said he has no business in Abeokuta.
Oh, really?
And he told them, I'm a businessman. I make my money everywhere. But what you should realize, the Egba, is that all the monies I'm making, I'm bringing it home.
That's the difference.
Your children education, I'm financing it. If you come to Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, almost all the structures there, only 5 structures were built by the government. All the other structures there were built by Abiola before now. Right? Salah Abiola Polytechnic. He said, so what I'm saying in essence is that the major thing he was emphasizing is, as a businessman, profit is the thing. So forget about it. So only the politician will tell you that because I want to sustain. No sustenance. The need of the society might be coming if the raw materials is there. Okay. And the man will not tell you because he has the raw materials around you. That's why he has come. He'll tell you that it's your need. Nobody cares for anybody's needs.
I want to understand the perspective you're coming from. It's about having a business idea. Okay, you look at, for example, you look at Abeokuta and you say, okay, what are the needs of the people? Now, if you look at the needs of the people, okay, every evening, it's always very difficult to get transport, maybe from Shapon to Idiaba, or maybe from Shapon to Adato. You see the crowd in the evening, and then look, okay, this is an issue. Now, I can now make money from this issue. You identify a need first. Okay. The reason I was trying to solve that need is not just because I want to solve the need. And you not go and put a boss there, take them for free. No. You identify the need, you will now make money from solving that problem. So the aim of going into business is making money. It's not necessarily solving the, but you can see, and that's why if you go on the plane, you find all over Africa, you find a lot of white people coming into Africa and a lot of Africans going out of Africa. The reason is those white people understand what I just said. They know we have a lot of problems here in Africa. They have the solution. They bring the solution. They make money. They go back. And so that is the idea. So we also should look at, okay, what are the problems we have? We want to solve our problems, but we just don't want to solve our problems and go broke. We want to solve our problems and make money from it. And that's exactly what Dangote is doing.
Okay, sticking on you, Solomon, I would like to ask now, you mentioned taxation earlier on, and I begin to ask, don't you think the level of taxations, like you put it, double taxations, the demands from the government on small and medium scale business is the reason why some people engage in these small businesses on their own without even informing or going to register the company or something? What do you think?
Yeah, you're talking about making the small business informal so that they are not even visible to the government for taxation.
In a bid to run away from
it is one of the reasons. See, every serious government should have, it's called financial incentives for every small business. In fact, you can say, okay, if you are under 20 or under 25 and you're just starting a business, I'll give you tax break for the next 5 years. Don't worry, come and register. But you won't pay any tax for the next 5 years. Do you get what I'm saying? So that these businesses can grow. Really. And so it is because of that these businesses try to stay off the radar so that government will not tax them. It's so bad that people that are, they are hawking, government will still go and meet them and collect tax on what they are hawking. It is pathetic. I mean, people are just, you didn't provide job for these people. They're just trying to make ends meet. And still they have to suffer in the hands of people that did not provide jobs for them. You have a lot of graduates working as barman, a lot of people that are working as serving in all of our food industries and all of that, when it is just the job of if you go outside the country, it is the job of a secondary school leaver, maybe while you are waiting for admission. And so you get all of those things. Government is supposed to leave these people, encourage them and help them to grow to a point they can pay taxes. So you're supposed to let all of them get registered, support them, they are on your database. Now when they reach a particular threshold in their turnover, you now begin to tax them. But if they don't reach that level, you don't begin to tax them because they're only trying to survive. And that's why it is government that is one of those people that kill small businesses in this country.
Oh, thank you very much, Solomon. Yeah, this Solomon, I think I'll come back to you because the topic won't be doing justice to the topic if we don't talk about the factors affecting starting or sustaining a small business. I'll need you to throw. I think you say you have 8. I need like 3 of them.
So the number one is access to finance. See, if you're a young person that just started a business and you approach the bank will not even listen to you. The bank will be asking you your 3 years financial report and asking you for your statement of account and asking you for so many things you cannot provide. So you will not get any loan from the government, from the bank. But you need access to finance. You need money to be able to run the business and sustain the business. And that is why government comes in. We just don't want to come on the government. Government can come in by giving them the money, or government can come in by making it legal for the banks to give them the money. And maybe CBN putting some money into the bank and saying, okay, this particular money startups will loan 5 billion naira, you can loan every startup up to 1 million naira, but don't just give them the money. And that takes me to number 2, which is professional services. You have to support them. Don't just throw money and entrepreneurs, support them as well. Okay, I'll give you an example. There is in London, there is a company called Local Accountancy Project, LAP. All they do is go and support small business. As a small business, I don't have the money to employ an accountant and an auditor and all of those financial professional services. So the government provides them. They help me to keep my books. They help me to provide statements. They help me to do all of those things, so that in the next 3 years, I too can have a statement to present to the bank to get 5 million naira, 10 million naira. Because at the moment, I don't have the money to employ an accountant, employ an auditor, employ a salesperson so that they can prepare those. Well, the government can, okay, they just employ a chartered accountant to cater for 20 businesses, so that you can help those businesses to grow, so that you begin to prepare them for investment, for venture capitalists to begin to invest in them, for banks to begin to loan them money. So that is number two. Number three is basic amenities. Basic. And so if you're a business, I have business in Mile 6 here, very close to you here in OGTV. Do you know how difficult it is to get to even Idiaba because of the bad road? And you have a farm or an agri-business, you produce kokoro, or you produce chin-chin, or you produce igbekere on any of those agri-business in the value chain. You find it difficult to move to town because of the basic amenities are not there. Basic amenities like road, like power. We mentioned power the other time. Every business in this country, every single business will tell you they spend majority of their expenses on power generation, either on buying diesel or buying petrol or investing in a new generator or any of those things. So government need to provide basic amenities, and it's not difficult. Just put them into cluster, make sure in this cluster there is constant power supply to this cluster. Reason is they will be able to pay back for the power they are using. And so those power generation companies will make money from providing them power. And once power is solved, almost 50% of your problem as an entrepreneur is solved. And so, or you can provide solar energy for them, or all of those independent power projects. There is a cluster in Unijogun here in Abeokuta where there is Toa Power, there is Lichabi Power. Provide power for them, they will be able to pay for it because they are using it. And the rest of it go to the town. The other one I will talk about is technological infrastructure. See, if you land in Tanzania today, there is free internet to use. You just put up your phone and your computer, you connect to free Wi-Fi. If you land in Kenya today, there is free Wi-Fi. But there is no place in the whole of Nigeria where you have free Wi-Fi. I mean, small businesses might not have the opportunity to pay for all of these things when you have adequate telecom services. And so they can call your business on the mobile line, I mean on the landline, not necessarily on your mobile or any other thing, you know, business lines like that. And so the other one I will talk about is the regulatory framework. How easy is it for you to get your business registered? There are some businesses you won't be able to do. There are some contracts you won't be able to access. There are some loans you won't be able to access if you do not get registered. And we find our vice president doing a lot in this regard with the ease of doing business and the windows and all of that. So they are doing a lot in that regard. Let me talk about government patronage as well. He mentioned it the other time. When you do these things and your government do not look at your side, the only thing government wants from you is to come and take taxes, even when you are not ripe to pay taxes. But patronage, government look elsewhere, government look outside. And you are the business that they are taking taxes from. You are the one living in the country, you are the one living in the state. But when they want to give out contracts and they want to give out businesses, they do not look at your side. We need government patronage. So those are some of the things that we need to do. One other thing is skilled workforce. You find out that you want to set up a factory and you find it difficult to get the right set of people that have the right set of skills that can run your production line, that can run your factory. And so because most of our graduates are half-baked, they only know the theory. When they get to the machine and the equipment, they cannot operate it because they don't have the practical knowledge about it. So those are some of those things that we need to look at so that our small businesses can grow.
Wow, great. Thank you very much. I want to come back to Dr. Mukaila. I would like you to, for other people who are watching the station right now and would like to start their own small-scale business, I would like you to give maybe a word of advice, or what factor do they have to consider to start up a small-scale business?
Well, like I said, the first thing is everybody has the objective. But when you want to start a business, you have to look at what business I'm going to do. And major factor will be one, demand and supply. Just like you have said the other time, the number of people looking for that thing, that is demand push, will be one factor. When you have so much people, you take opportunity. Business is an opportunity.
Yeah.
Are you getting me now? So if you see that there is so much demand and the supply is, you can come in and fill in the gap. That is number one. Another thing is availability of raw materials. Now look at here in Abeokuta, you have so much loamy soil somewhere there, clay. I have not seen anybody taking advantage of using this clay to make fine pots and all those decorative.
And they believe it's ancient now.
No, not ancient. Because in Niger State, you see all these things, oven, something, and they are making a lot of money there.
Oh.
That's
Are you getting me now? So there will be opportunity when you have raw materials. Don't look at people in the business as the basis of starting a business. That is the most difficult thing and most something there. Right? Raw material is number one. Look at, I'm just giving an example. At Obada Oko there is something.
ceramics.
No, the Obasanjo
Farm?
no. This producing, they need almost 100 tons of cassava per day.
Okay.
For
They
that
need
thing.
or they make.
They need
Stash.
Okay.
but at the end of the day, they cannot get it because they did not look for raw material because they started that business.
Oh, so they are the.
So raw materials, the demands of the people. Are you getting me now? Then you look at environments. You cannot tell me you want to start a business in Abeokuta, especially around the Obantuku and others now, when you need electricity. It's worse in some places. So look at the environment, what is available. Then an individual is equipped and skilled with something. You must know your skill.
So you can start up a business from something that
Along that line.
Job.
So you don't struggle in the end.
Are you getting me now? What makes you happy? So if you know what makes you happy, then that thing will grow you in the business. That is another factor. Right? Then available people. You are not going to do the job yourself. Who are the people? Which level of workers are available? Are you getting me now? From people, if you have money, from the people around you, you can start a business. From the people around you, you can start a business if you have the money. So you have to consider that.
Great.
Then government policy, so important.
So what about it?
Very important. From time to time, policies of the government changes. But there are times when the government will give you the opportunity. Take for instance now, if there is an opportunity for anybody to go into the farming, rice production now, the policy is they are going to fully ban the importation of rice. So that's a government policy there. So somebody can seize that opportunity, go to China, Thailand or anywhere to go and get the skill on how this thing is done perfectly. Go there, they be by. You just take some youths around you, train them, and put them in business.
Okay.
So those are some of the things that you can use as a business.
Wow. That's a powerful session. I think at this juncture, we'd like to thank speakers, guest speakers in the studio this morning. We have Solomon Eniloluvo. Thank you very much.
Thank you
That's
very
a powerful time on the hand today. And finally, I'd like to thank our doctor from Apoli, Dr. Mukaila Ademuyiwa. Thank you very much on the studio. You're welcome.